Hey everybody, welcome to Rider Club Radio, the only podcast on the internet about Kamen Rider. Ever.
The only podcast actually, period, on the internet. There's no others.
Shit, I didn't know that.
I think we might, I'm pretty sure the number of Kamen Rider podcasts on the internet you could probably count on one hand, at least in English.
That's true.
That's true.
We're the best one.
Yeah, probably.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
And this week, we watched a cool television program called Kamen Rider X8, episode 35. And a cool Netflix program, maybe?
Amazon Digital.
Yeah, Amazon Digital, sorry. That's fucking...
Get it right,
our
Jeff?
Sponsors, Amazon Digital.
I'm so sick of these fake Kamen Rider Amazons fans.
Episode 23.
Okay.
Why don't you tell everybody at home how fucking right I was about everything this whole week?
Okay, so the gang, they're all talking in the pit. They're like, God, is it Kiria that is Laser Turbo? It couldn't be, right? And Dan's like, it's definitely Kiria. And Emu's like, it's not Kiria. We're going to figure it out. It can't be my friend Kiria. So they go and fight an inconsequential bugster with an inconsequential patient.
His name is Alhambra?
Oh, sorry. Alhambra is Japanese for I don't matter.
Probably.
And they fight him. They fight him, and he doesn't fucking matter. Alhambra just fucks off when he realizes no one's paying attention to him. And they fight Laser. And Laser's like, no, it's me. I'm doing this. It's really me, Laser.
Yeah, he untransforms, and it's Kiria.
And
everybody's like, oh my god, it's Kiria. And Emu's like, no, it's not.
Kiria
wouldn't be mean. He's my best friend, and he definitely didn't trick me a bunch of times just to be a prick.
Kiria would never be deceptive or do something rude. And he says, hey, I joined Masamune because he seems to have all this shit under control. You clearly don't, CR. You guys are fucking up tremendously. So Dan Masamune can at least, he chooses who lives and who dies.
You're working with the guy that murdered me, and you have no explanation for that. So
yeah, I love that. He's like he's like, yeah, all this shit. And is that the guy that killed me back there? What the fuck is this? What rinky-dink operation is this? So he's got a pretty solid reason for staying. He's like, fuck off. And they go back to the pit, and they're like, well, okay, it's him. That's Kiria, all right. Maybe it's someone else designed to look like him. Maybe he's brainwashed. They don't know. He's probably brainwashed. Here's what we're going to do.
Emu has the brilliant plan of reprogramming him to be good Kiria.
Again.
Which goes about as well as you could imagine.
Parrot comes to the heliport, and he's like, Emu, listen. I know this is the 5th time I've asked this, but we really have to join forces against fucking Kronos.
God, just fucking kiss me, Emu. Jesus.
And we says,
kiss me on my lips.
And we says, I will never, ever join forces with you. So he leaves. They go to fight Kiria on a beach. Kiria kicks their asses. Emu cannot... He rewrites them. He tries, but there's no brainwashing. Kiria's like, yeah, it's me. It's all me. I joined him on my own volition. And then he whispers into Emu's ear. He says, Emu, I'm actually tricking him, so play along. And Emu says, oh, okay. And he punches him. And everyone's like, oh my god, Emu, what did he say in your ear? Emu's like, I can't tell you or the audience
That's not what
right
he
now.
Said in his ear.
That's definitely what
he went up to his ear and he said, I fucked your mother.
That would be way better. Emu punches him in the fucking face. Emu's like, oh my god, fuck you! He kicks him and he punches him and he beats the snot out of him.
He just punches him once.
he fucking rips his intestines out through his asshole. Everyone's like, Emu, Jesus, what did he say to deserve this? Emu's like, I can't tell you.
I can't tell you that he fucked my mom.
Yeah, it's too embarrassing. During all this, Dan is like in his lab and he's like, I'm gonna build the best Geshet ever. It's gonna be so good that no one can beat it. And then at the very end of the episode, he pulls out and says, I got it. It's this big gold brick. It's called Muteki. Get it. I got it. I'm a genius. And that's the end of the episode. So, Jeff, what did you think of Kamen Rider X8 episode 30?
5.
5. Yeah, that's what I said.
Do you not know the numbers of the episodes that we watch, Liam? Are you some sort of fool?
No, I just had something caught in my throat, and
okay, I understand.
My mic was being weird. Yeah,
I always get the numbers correct. I never mess up ever. So
I know. What did you think?
Who was right, Liam? Who was correct that it was actually Kujo Kiria?
Well, I guess it was you. I guess the flowers were a misdirection.
It was a ruse.
A clever ruse by Toei to throw us all off, and it worked. It worked on me till the very last second.
The episode was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode.
It was good. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I do like
I wouldn't either. I feel like if Kiria still had his regular personality, but was like Trader Man, that would be great. But Poppy is 100% right in that it's like he's a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Poppy, you're a fucking Kamen Rider. Why do you just let Emu get his shit wrecked over and over and over again?
Poppy is only a Kamen Rider when she's the only one in the room.
I guess that's true.
I
can't upstage these men.
Yeah, that's not what it's for. I feel like I liked it. Like I said, I like Dan Kuroto, as usual. That goes without saying. I like that Laser is not being brainwashed. I don't like that it's very, very obvious that it's a ploy, and the dialogue makes it incredibly obvious.
Yeah, the dialogue makes it like unbelievably obvious though, because
inescapably clear.
He says, I'll play, like, Emu tells him, I'll play along for now.
He's like, if that's how it's gonna be, I'll play along. Did you have to
say it that way?
Did you have to say, I'll play along? I imagine that's what it says, like, we're talking about Excite. I imagine that's not Excite changing shit. I imagine that's, like, they say something to that effect in the Japanese. That is so obvious.
And fucking, Dan Masamune should have just been like, I can fucking hear you, I'm standing right here.
Kiria's looking at him like, what the fuck, dude? Keep it down. Jesus. Don't say it that loud.
Are you guys idiots, by any chance? But instead, he's like,
That wasn't suspicious at all.
My theory for what Kiria says is doubly hilarious in that he whispers, I fucked your mom, into Emu's ear, and then Dan Masamune goes, I was there.
I watched. What if it's like lost in translation and they just never tell you what he was whispering?
I wouldn't even call that lost in translation, because there's a bit in Secret War in Marvel Comics where Nick Fury whispers something into Thor's ear that makes him lose his godhood and he can't wield Mjolnir anymore.
Makes him unworthy just by hearing it?
Yeah, and they literally just never revealed what he said.
That's funny. They were like, we'll figure it out later, and then they just never figured it out.
Nope.
That's good. I love comics.
Comics are silly, but I love them.
Comics are amazing.
Not
bad.
That comic, but comics in general. Here's a fun fact that I saw today that has nothing to do with this. I don't know whether it's a prank or not, but at a French animation film festival, there was a poster on the wall for Pluto.
Oh!
The beautiful, beautiful manga that is a spin on the greatest robot on Earth arc of the Astro Boy comic that we hyped up endlessly at the beginning of this podcast history.
That shit forever.
Might be getting an anime adaptation.
That's very interesting.
Which is nuts, but it could just be because the poster's not very convincing.
Mm-hmm.
So it could just be a prank.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a weird thing to do a prank for, though. Out of all the things you could make a fake poster of and hang up at an animation festival.
Pluto is a strange choice. If there's anything, this episode is good. Like I said, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's not great. It's good.
But I have issues with it.
Tell me these issues.
X8 is getting into that mid-show rut that a lot of Kamen Riders hit. I like that Hiiro is pushed to the side again. Like, he's center stage now. He's a part of the plot. And then Hiro's
I felt like I missed an episode, right? Where, like, Dan Masamune is suddenly, like, punishing him and not letting him use his Gashat.
Yeah.
Like, what did he do?
Hiro's like, hey, Dan Masamune, can I be in this episode? And Dan's like, no, this is Laser's episode. You stay here in the office. Don't do anything.
He's like, you have to exceed my expectations. And Hiro's like, well, give me my Gashat back. And he's like, nah.
What the fuck am I supposed to do at level 3?
Do you want me to fucking, like, file papers here or something?
You must exceed my expectations. Go down to the street, to the Tim Hortons, and get me a double-double. And then you have your geshat.
Dan Masamune has like a board meeting with all of his board members, right? And he's like, we have to save all these people from the game we made that we're selling to them. We must save them.
We can keep people from dying. Sir, why don't we just stop distributing the game? You're fired, Higgins.
Fucking Higgins is working there next under Dan Masamune.
There's fucking Alhambra and the patient who do shit in this episode.
Well, we should be used to that by this point.
I know. It's something I should be used to.
The patients never matter anymore.
I don't like it, though.
I don't either.
I don't like that it's a trend now that the patients don't matter for shit. Fucking Perrin once again comes to ask Emu for help.
It's a little repetitive at this point.
It's getting
the third time he's done it.
Yeah, it's getting to the bit where they're like, they've got a plot, but they have to. It's padding.
But here's the thing: X8 is ending early.
Is it ending early?
That's the rumor. The rumor that goes along with some of the news that's going to be revealed lately is that X8 is ending in August.
Shit.
Instead of September.
That would put it at like 40-something episodes?
Yeah.
Shit, I guess Gaim ended at like 46, so I could see it. Which sucks, but the show was good.
This is like not the point to be dragging your feet if the show is going to end early. And that's just a rumor. Maybe it's not true. But this episode seemed a little middle of the road for having so much in it for some reason. It just didn't strike me.
Especially with such a great setup from last episode. They pull that off fine, but just the combination of like it's really obvious what the ploy is, and this other fluff that I really didn't like sort of softened the blow. There's like listless
acting in this as well. It's probably my biggest flaw with it. Like everyone seems to be giving very listless performances. Except maybe Hiiro's actor, who's like super over the top.
He knows what he's doing, but maybe everyone was tired on that day.
Maybe. It's just Kiria is such a vital part of this episode or whatever. And Kiria's performance in this episode, his actor's performance, reminded me of playing Metal Gear Solid 5, where they only had a certain amount of Kiefer Sutherland's voice clips.
To preserve the budget, yes.
So, people just talk to him and he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And it's awkward as fuck. And that's what happened with Kiria this whole episode.
I know there's that one scene where you're riding in a truck and Skullface is monologuing at you for like 10 minutes and Big Boss is just standing there staring at him.
Yeah, he stares at him and then when he finishes, Big Boss says nothing. And then they just ride together for another 30 full fucking seconds of silence.
Holy shit, that's so awkward.
But that's how I felt with Kiria this episode. Like, there are just times when someone says something to him and he should say something back of substance, but he doesn't.
Because he's fucking Kiria.
Because he's evil man now.
He's bad and pretending.
I feel like that's on purpose, right? To begin with. Because it's supposed to show that, like, he might be brainwashed. You could believe Emu.
Mm-hmm.
But the he might be brainwashed thing lasted, like, half of an episode.
I guess I'm glad that they dispelled that fast. It's possible... Yeah. No, actually it's not, but the replacement is not satisfying to me. It's just too fucking obvious. Just don't have the whisper. Just have him say something real. That would be cool.
No, have
hey,
him
Emu,
whisper.
There's something I never told you.
Have him whisper. Have Emu get his eyes all big. Immediately fucking punch him. And tell him that we're not friends any longer. You're now my enemy. And leave it at that.
Don't say, okay, I'll play it. Okay, yeah. Kiria makes like a huge exaggerated wink and a thumbs up and then punches him.
Wink. You didn't have to make the sound effect wink. Winku.
Dan Masamune, that's probably just what normal people do when they're not friends anymore.
I'm a giant fucking weirdo, so I have no idea what normal people do. All I care about is profits, maybe?
I guess making the... He wants to be able to control who lives and who dies in this world.
Yeah, he wants to be the law of the world.
He wants to make doctors obsolete.
Which is sort of out of nowhere, this episode. Like, he's just suddenly like, doctors are obsolete. That's my goal. Fuck you.
I'm
And
wondering if
Emu's
there's...
like, wasn't your goal being the law of the world? And he's like, no, I hate doctors and always have. Fuck you.
I feel like there's hopefully going to be some backstory about that, if we're lucky. But...
Maybe doctors tried to save his wife from Poppy, and Poppy fucking murderized her. Yeah, that's right. Poppy's a fucking murderer, everybody.
Maybe... Oh, wait, no. Yeah! Yeah, I forgot it would be his wife that Poppy killed, wouldn't it? Wouldn't he have a huge beef against Poppy? I guess he doesn't care. I guess he
doesn't give a shit. He wants to be the law of the world.
He could probably bring his wife back right now if he wanted, but he doesn't give a fuck, so...
Exactly. He has the power to do whatever he wants at this point. Whatever plot convenience he possibly wants. Which makes me wonder what Muteki's powers are going to be, because every form has had some sort of power up until now.
Some special ability, yeah.
Even the dumb mid-season upgrade has the power to rewrite code.
So wait, this episode is 35. Our next episode is 36, right?
Yes, that is how numbers work.
Thank you. This is the final form we're getting in episode 36.
Isn't
that
that
seems really
fucking
early.
Crazy? But I guess if the show's ending at like 45 or something.
When did Ghost get his final? It was probably in the 30s as well. I don't like how early people get their finals these days.
I don't either. I like
fucking
when
kids
the final,
these days.
You got the final form in like the final fucking arc.
Yeah.
The final episode sometimes.
Unfortunately, thanks to fiscal quarters, that is no longer possible.
Kids aren't gonna buy an action figure that's only in the last episode.
No, of course not.
I'm sure Ultimate Kuuga definitely doesn't sell out immediately anytime they stock it anywhere.
No, definitely no. The thing is, like, you have to... There's a thing that marketers talk about where you have to humanize a brand in order to sell it. And I think I feel like that's a big point of Kamen Rider, is to humanize the brand of these toys. So you have to tie them into a narrative properly, but then fiscal quarters come in and kind of fuck the timing up of a lot of things.
That's true.
It's a shame. When they can manage to pull out, like, I always point to the arc in Gaim where Koda gets Jinba Lemon Raiment, as like a really good way to do an upgrade, as like a major character dies, the stakes are raised, the main character's powerless, and he gets an upgrade as like part of his character arc. It's a good way to do an upgrade, and it's a good way to humanize the brand and make sales good. But it's not always so good. Muteki is not looking like it's going to be an amazing arc leading up to it.
I like the arc where Ghost's dad tells him that he's proud of him even though he's failed horribly, and gives up his soul for him so that he can come back to life, and then he just gets killed again later.
Ghost, your goal is to not die. How do you fuck it up so bad?
Over and over and over again.
Like 6 times he gets bitten by the end of the show. It's ridiculous.
6 bitten, twice shy, you know what they say?
That's true. I was trying to say he bit the dust, but it just didn't quite make it out, and so he got bit.
What a dipshit.
He got bit by the dust.
He's an idiot. He's a
dumb enough
terrible
that
character,
would
and I
happen.
hate him. But that's neither here nor there. This episode, I would give a 5 out of 10 out of 8. It's pretty good.
I'd give it 3 lasers out of a possible 4 dangerous zombies.
So it's got 0 dangerous zombies.
No dangerous zombies, no.
Damn, that's a pretty low score.
I give it an alright out of yes.
I can agree with that.
Okay.
I will change my score.
Jeff, are we done talking about X-Aid?
Yeah, I think we're done. Why don't we move on to some news?
Okay, so the top thing this week was some more Kamen Rider build rumors surfaced. Rumors, mind you, these might be bullshit.
Rumors.
So apparently Kamen Rider build, some toy some toy listings have surfaced.
Surfing?
Dude!
Fuck yeah!
Oh man, I would love to watch a Rider show that was just about surfing. Oh shit.
I'd love to just watch that episode of Happy Days. It's about skiing over sharks.
Oh yeah. Didn't they name a thing after that?
Yeah, jumping the shark.
Oh, I was making a joke like I didn't know. I was gonna call it skiing the shark.
Well, I'm really sorry that I cut off that brilliant piece of humor.
I was gonna go into the Comedy Hall of Fame, and you ruined it.
Damn. You'll never be in there next to John Candy. You never make it.
So there's some things that got copyrighted, including Kamen Rider Pain. which is going to be, I don't know, Kamen Rider Knight all over again. The edgiest man in the history of mankind.
Kamen Rider Pain.
Kamen Rider Pain.
And the other one is Kamen Rider Roots,
Which
is even more depressing if you've seen the miniseries. I'm pretty sure that's not his theme, though, if I had to guess.
It's, Jeff, it's too early to say, but we'll see.
The riders transform using the World Driver.
The World Driver.
The series collectible gimmicks are perhaps material bottles.
Which are, if the silhouette is to be believed, they're like little bottles. They look like little energy drink bottles. So I guess you shove a bottle into a World Driver, and maybe with material, maybe it's got like stone and metal and
all
air.
Kamen Rider G over again. You put your fucking booze into the into the belt.
Kamen Rider Build's main weapon is the Saibato blade. But yeah, material bottles. What do you think is going to be? I imagine they're going to contain something, and they look like they have different shapes. Maybe they're going to be different materials.
Here's the thing about this Kamen Rider Build fellow, right?
Okay.
Is that he has a big gear on his chest, but his body seems to be split into two separate sides. Maybe on like a diagonal, it looks like almost.
You sure that's not just a poster thing?
No, like if you're looking at the poster at home, if you're playing the home game, he has a jutting piece on his left shoulder, but not his right, and the antenna on his helmet are two completely different shapes.
I always thought it was because his head was turned, but yeah, you're probably right.
So, and then, like, the full body silhouette at the bottom of the image has two different shaped things jutting out of his sides, which leads me to believe that he's, like, an asymmetrical rider.
Maybe it's like your bottom half is your personal thing, and your top half is whatever material bottle you're using. Maybe it changes just your arm or something.
A half and half Kamen Rider, that's never been done.
No, that's just nuts.
Pretty excited about that.
I wonder what the World
Driver
Driver
is.
What?
That you mix and match parts in your form in order to build different abilities.
Yeah, like water and stone can make like concrete or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my guess.
And
I've been knocking it out of the fucking park this week.
Jeff has been pretty right lately. He's 10 for 10. So whatever predictions he makes are probably going to come true. So
that's right.
Cross your fingers.
That's right. The Cubs are going to win the World Series last year. Everybody get ready.
Yeah, I was tying my self-tying shoes right when I saw the news.
It's a good reference.
Sick reference. What do you think Kamen Rider Pain is going to be like?
I imagine he's going to be like the cyborg ninja from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, of course.
And he's just constantly like, hurt me more, build. I want to feel again.
I want a rider who's so... I guess we're not going to get a super edgy rider who's terrible. You mean
like a serial killer rider? Like an Asakura?
Maybe. I'd love that, but we're not going to get anything like that. All the it's modern rider. All the riders got to be best friends by the end of the show. So, probably going to have something like that. It's a shame. Kamen Rider Pain. This all might be bullshit, too.
Yeah. For all we know, it could be like Kamen Rider Pen, and he has like pens, writing implements. And Kamen Rider Roots could be Kamen Rider Boots. We don't know.
Boots. Maybe it's a weird translation. Maybe someone misread. It looks, if this is true, though, material bottles look kind of funny. I want to see what they look like full.
What came to mind immediately when I saw the poster was, holy fuck, he's got a scarf! And then I looked closer and was like, oh.
Nah, not quite. It's probably not a scarf.
Kamen Rider with a scarf. What kind of fucking dumb shit is that?
You can see he's got kind of a collar, which looks cool. But yeah, the scarf is probably not a scarf. It's probably just a thing. Maybe a gear,
looks like a big
said.
Piece of plastic coming off of his chest.
Yeah, that gear that's like overlaid on top of him on the poster looks like it might be actually on his chest in the actual version.
It could be. It could also just be his logo. Like,
Could be
really
his
big,
logo.
But it's probably on his chest. They're big on that type of shit.
Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see, everyone.
We shall see. It looks cool, though. I hope it's true. I wouldn't complain about Kamen Rider Pain.
I know you wouldn't. You were the edgiest motherfucker I have ever met.
You know what I would love? If he was
If
a
he
guy...
fucking murdered babies.
No, I would love if he was a guy who was just super friendly and agreeable and nice, but he just happened to get the belt that's like red and black and covered in blood and spikes and shit.
That would never happen. That would be amazing, but it would never happen.
That would be so... Like, he didn't pick it. Like, it just happened to be his. And he was like, oh, shit, okay.
It's weird how everybody gets, like, the Kamen Rider belt that, like, fits their personality super well.
Can you imagine fucking Kamen Rider Brave's like, yeah, I can cut anything. I'm the best at cutting. And it gives him, like, a gun. And he's like,
exactly.
Well, fuck. What do I do with this thing?
I've never shot a gun before. Yeah. It just happens to work out that way.
Just really lucky. I guess it's because a lot of belts have this sort of bullshit thing where they're like, oh, they're coded to the DNA of the user. They know what your soul is like, and they build a suit like your soul.
Dude, I would have such a cool weapon. It would be a giant recliner that I could call out at any time. Oh, it'd be so great.
Your final attack is to just sit in it.
The final attack is pulling the lever back and reclining.
The recliner of rage.
Anyway.
Do
we have any more news besides unsubstantiated rumors?
Yes, there was a press conference held this week for the upcoming Kamen Rider X8 film, True Ending. And they revealed some story details that sound incredibly weird. So, in this movie, the real world is exploderated. It's all dead. And everyone lives in a virtual world like the Matrix, using PlayStation VR. And a gang of ninjas is trying to control the virtual world, just like in the Matrix. And Emu wants to stop the ninjas.
Liam, let me ask you a very serious question.
Okay.
You fucking with me?
No, this is straight out of the press conference. Me? I'm reading this, unless TokuNet is lying to me. I am not fucking with you. It's about a gang of ninjas trying to control the last vestige of humanity.
How is this the true ending?
This is, of course, the logical conclusion of X8, is the world blows up and everybody runs to VR.
Everybody lives in a VR world and ninjas try and take it over. That's what X8's core was. That was where it was always headed.
I have a secret for you.
What is that?
I think they might have just called it True Ending for no reason.
What? What?
I think it might have been a marketing ploy.
Oh my god, Liam. Perish the thought.
No.
Perish the thought.
Ryder would never do that.
No, Ryder would never care more about making money through marketing schemes than making a good film. It would never happen. Speaking of that...
What?
We have a commentary track out right now that you might want to check out. It's called Kamen Rider 5's Paradise Lost. Find it on our blog.
It is also about a destroyed world and ninjas.
RiderClubRadio.wordpress.com
/gov. Check it out.
Don't do that. Don't tell them the wrong address, you dipshit. Nobody goes to it anyway. You might as well give them the real address.
Okay, KamenRider.com. That's our website.
That's it.
Anyway. I have one more thing.
Give me the news.
Chances are you already saw it, but at the end of X8 this week, there was a trailer for the movie.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
What did you think of Creator Gamer drawing rockets in the sky? Seeing the Ninja Man in motion?
It was okay.
It's okay. I mean, the trailer itself doesn't really...
I don't think I've ever gotten excited for a Kamen Rider tie-in movie.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice. It's just, they're always bad. They're always either bad. Mediocre to bad.
Yeah. Whenever I tried to explain this to someone who doesn't watch Kamen Rider, and they couldn't wrap their head around it, where they're like, why would they have no effort in the big yearly movie and instead put all their effort into the show. And I said, well, because you can't market an entire toy line in 1 2-hour movie. And he was like, I see, yeah. The
It's
movie
just
is
an
like
extended
you can
toy
show,
commercial.
yeah, you can show 1 or 2 toys off, and beyond that, who gives a fuck? Make it about ninjas. With the show, you have a little more investment. So
With
it's
the
a little
show,
more...
you're trying to catch an audience that's a pretty wide breadth. You're trying to catch, like, kids of all ages and weird, smelly otaku.
Mm-hmm.
And weird, smelly Americans and Canadians
weird, smelly
to buy
Canadians.
your product.
I like to think they're in their boardrooms like, okay, here's the target for the next Kamen Rider. Boys aged 8 to fucking 12. Canadians aged 25 to 35. How do we hit that Canadian demographic?
That's what they care about in Japan more than anything, is Canadians. But they're trying to reach a wide breadth of people to get them to buy their terrible, tiny plastic toys. With the movie, the only people going to see the movie are children.
Yeah, I guess
so you can
parents
put
with them,
whatever
but...
dumb shit you want in that movie, and kids won't care.
Yep. And in terms of, like, budget and, like, how much money you're spending on it, it's pretty much a slightly higher budget episode of the show. Like, it's not... The costumes are the same, the camera work is mostly the same. It's got slightly better special effects.
I will say what the movies remind me of most is fan fiction. And this isn't a slight against... actually, it probably is a slight against fan fiction in general.
Away.
I'm sure there's good fan fiction. There's good somewhere. I've just never read it. And I don't want to. Don't send me any. But it's like the writers care more about the characters and putting them in situations than they do about creating any sort of a coherent narrative.
Like it's more about like
that's what I've noticed about fan fiction in general is the writers care about the characters. They don't give a shit about making a narrative.
Well, it's like caring about the characters without really caring about their development or personality. It's more like, what if they had to fight ninjas in a virtual world? Wouldn't that be awesome? And that's it.
Yeah, it's
like
less like fan fiction in
end.
that way, and more like. Actually, it's more like fan fiction that you would write when you were like 10. It's like, fucking, wouldn't it be awesome if the video game guys fought ninjas?
It's perfect. The only thing you gotta add is Emu and Hiiro fucking, and you have exactly like a fan fiction.
I guess it's true. It wouldn't be Hiiro. Hiiro's a little too bland. It would be Emu and Parrot.
There it is. Perfect.
Emu and Parrot would be just
Forbidden
fucking
love.
VR boning.
I mean, I guess, is that masturbation?
Well, maybe. He's a bugster made from him, so it'd be like screwing your clone, so...
It'd be like, yeah. It'd be like having sex with an alive tumor.
Excuse me?
Because it's like a disease in you.
Excuse me? Liam? What did you just say on my podcast?
I mean, let's move on. Let's move on to Amazons, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about Amazons. On this week's Amazons, everyone wants to kill Chihiro.
Finally, they come to their fucking senses.
Everybody knows that Chihiro is the originator, the originale, the source.
Point of origin.
The point of
origin.
origin.
And they realize that he also can kill anyone he wants, whenever he wants, with tentacles.
Yeah, he turns into a... No, I wouldn't even call it a CGI abomination. It's like 3 guys holding arms in a smoke cloud with a helmet. And...
Hey, Chihiro, why does your smoke cloud linger longer than any other Amazon? Just like, shut up.
And we learn that Jeff is the rightest man who lives on Wright Street in the Wright suburb of Wright Town.
Yes,
and
Jeff was right.
The invisible lady Amazon from the last episode is Nanaha. Dun, dun, dun. We did that at the same time, shit.
My God. I liked this episode a whole lot. I like that there's no fucking around, and Chihiro is kind of losing his mind.
You liked it a whole lot, huh?
Yeah, did you not like it?
I thought it was a pretty good episode. I feel like not a whole lot happened for how much seemed to be happening.
I feel like this... I don't mind that. I feel like the focus of this episode was Chihiro breaking down.
I feel like we didn't spend enough time with Chihiro for that. He was only in 3 scenes.
That's true. It's not just him, but it's like the situation around him is starting to crumble.
It is deteriorating in every way. And it felt like a lot of baiting for future things to happen. Although the only big reveal we got this episode that I can think of besides Nanaha being the floaty Amazon, the Invisozon, was that the old man from season 1 is still alive and Chihiro's mom is still taking care of him.
Haruka's mom.
Yeah, Haruka. Chihiro's mom is an Invisozon. Sorry.
Imagine her looking over the bed.
Fucking Mizuzawa. She's watching over the old man.
Right, that's her name. I was like, who's der?
And he's Mizuzawa is looking over the old man.
Haruka.
And the old man is like, the Amazons are the best, and even Takayama Jin, so it had like a perfect transition, even though he wasn't really saying anything.
I did like that. That was a good transition. The second he mentions Jin, it goes to Jin. A lot of times Kamen Rider doesn't bother with transitions like that are like nice and clean and segue into each other.
Jin,
it's competent directing.
And I like that Jin seemed to have a revelation of some sort, but he didn't at all, and he's still just trying to kill Chihiro. Like, it seemed like maybe he had, like, a change of heart or some sort of revelation about his situation, but he was really just like, yeah, you're right, Nanaha spirit. I should murder your son even harder.
It's Nanaha's ghost. It's funny that you say I should kill Chihiro, because I was already going to do that, so...
we were always on the same wavelength.
It's funny how that works out. Always finishing each other's sentences and stuff.
Finishing each other's children. But the thing that really made me laugh about this episode is how it just kept switching from scene to scene of people being like, man, our situation's really bad right now. Let's fucking kill Chihiro! One by one, until by the end of the episode, literally the only person that doesn't want to kill him is his friend that he was on Team Kiss with. That's it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have a reason to not want to kill him, because he saw him murder a room full of people.
He just has some faith in him.
I guess. Misplaced faith. He was going to kill and eat that woman.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I love about Chihiro now, is he is completely losing his fucking mind, and I don't know if I'd be surprised if he died at the end of the show at this point. There's a bit where he's just like... I probably wouldn't be surprised
either. He's not much of a protagonist at this point.
Yeah, he's on the run. He's murdered so many people. He's on the run, and he's on the abandoned underpass, and he's like, fuck, I'm starving. And he sees a woman coming by, and he's gonna kill and eat her. Absolutely, yeah. There is no... He's going to her to murder her and eat her, and then he gets stopped. It's really, really, really... It's cool to see him like that. We didn't really see Haruka go down that hill.
Haruka had a lot more self-control.
Yeah, Haruka's like
Chihiro does not.
Yeah, Chihiro's just a bitch. He's a little teenager and he doesn't know. His whole character motivation is predicated on he's 16 years old and horny as fuck. So obviously he's not really going to have a lot of self-control like Haruka might have.
Is he hornier or hungrier is the question.
That's what we're going to see answered towards the end of the show.
Yeah, he's in love with EU. Don't know why. EU's a corpse and he loves her.
That's the cool...
It's like... We as an audience aren't paying much attention to the fact that he's a necrophiliac.
A little bit.
But he is. He wants to screw a dead body.
What I like is that there really is no hope for EU. Like, time and time again, it's proved that there's nothing you can fucking do. If they pull something out and make EU alive again, I'll be mad at this point. It would seem like a bit of bullshit, unless it's very clever.
They seem to be building towards that. I don't think you should be surprised if it turns out she still has a spark of humanity left in her.
I don't know. Every time it seems like it turns around. Like, this episode, he's like, yeah, kill Chihiro. And she's like, okay. Like, there's not even a second of hesitation or anything.
The song is what keeps coming back and making me think.
Yeah, maybe there's a trigger.
It's gotta go somewhere. Something has to come from that song, and her singing it all the time, and it literally can't be anything besides her developing some sort of spark of life again. And the only way I could see that handled well, to where it won't bug me at all, is if she, like, regains her spark of life right as she's dying.
There it is, yeah. That's Amazon's.
Yeah, it is. Your mom turns out to be an Amazon.
Oh yeah, Fukuda's mom is an Amazon. That's really glossed over.
Yeah, that was probably the moment that hit me the fucking hardest out of all of Amazon's. The entire series. Like, Fukuda, his entire character is predicated upon the fact that all he cares about is taking care of his mother, who has dementia and lives in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he left the team that he was, like, best friends with because he needed money to take care of his mother, and he says outright, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
And his mother is now an Amazon.
There's
It's his job to murder Amazons.
There's a really good shot when the nurse from the hospital is calling Fukuda and saying, hey, your mom just got up and left for some reason, and in the background, like right next to her in the shot, is a little water cooler with an out-of-service sign on it. And you as an audience instantly, like, they zoom in on it later, but they don't have to.
No,
I feel like that shot was unnecessary.
Means. Yeah.
Because the second you see that, you're like, oh, the info is planted in your brain. It's perfect. I kind of wish they didn't have that second shot. It felt a little superfluous, because that first one was just so clever.
I agree. I thought, even when I was watching it and it showed the second shot, I was like, you really didn't need to do that. I get the point.
It's tremendously obvious.
But it didn't bug me too much.
No. Doesn't ruin the episode. I'm just saying that first shot is so good that the second one isn't necessary.
It was glossed over, though. There's only like two scenes. It's like one scene of it, and I hope the next episode is very heavy on that.
Hopefully we at least see the conclusion and not get told about it.
Because, like, what does he do? What do you do?
Shoot your mom.
You gotta kill your mother, or you gotta let your mother kill you. Those are your choices.
Yeah.
And, like, I was wondering if he was going to get out of the car and go over to her and, like, hug her and then, like, shoot her and himself through the head.
That would be really tough to pull off.
That's a little fucking heavy.
I don't know, man.
Amazons.
Is anything too heavy for Amazons at this point? After the shot where Hojo eats his daughter's eye, I don't think anything is too heavy for this show.
Maybe.
Like,
I feel like that would be the most haunting fucking image in the entire series if he, like, shot his mother and himself.
Yeah. Yeah, if they shot it well. But Amazons has been really good so far.
Yeah.
I have faith.
I mean, this episode's good, don't get me wrong.
Oh, it's good.
I don't think I liked it as much as you did.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree on that.
I have been Mr. Right this week, so...
Mr. Right opinions, maybe not, but...
But I called the Naha being floaty in Visazon.
Yeah, I know.
And I called Kiria being alive again and not being brainwashed. Yeah, but your opinions
are still bad.
God. I feel like I'm right and you're wrong, Liam. I feel like I'm Mr. Right and you're Mr. Wrong, and that's why we do a podcast together.
No, you're Mr. Right. And I am also Mr. Right.
You're never Mr. Right. The only thing you were Mr. Right about was Ghost, but then you said it was going to be good.
I was Mr. Half right about Ghost. I was right about everything that wasn't important.
I guess that's true. That's true of everything in your life, though, isn't it? You were right about everything that wasn't important.
I was right about when the bus was going to leave, but not about when she would leave.
Let's move on very quickly. That's my review of Amazons, so let's open up some emails. What do you say?
2 thumbs, way up.
I wouldn't say way up.
1 thumb, again, way up.
I guess I'm Mr. Wrong Opinions.
Yeah, you are.
Our first email is from Just a Paradox, who happens to write in usually about an hour after we finish recording an episode. So I expect your new email within the hour.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff. Hope you're having a nice day. Hey, Just a Paradox. Am I missing anyone else? Oh, yeah. Tell Tamaz I said hi. Now for some questions.
What?
This guy's not a fan.
Apparently not.
I think he's just messing with you. I think it's because he wants to kiss you.
Don't read the emails anymore from this guy.
Now for some questions. Question 1. You are Kamen Rider Cronus, and now you get to pick any secondary rider and previously dead rider from any series to aid you against X-Aid. Who would you pick? I'd pick Excel from Double and Blank from Blank, so I can call Blank, Blank, or Blank. Edited for no spoilers for everyone. No spoilers, everybody.
Is there a way to answer this question without spoilers?
Why don't you pick a secondary rider to aid you, and why?
I would pick Attack, because then you could have time stop shenanigans.
Why would he aid you?
Because I reprogrammed him to aid me, fucker.
Oh my god, he's not a fucking bugster. You can't reprogram him.
I will bring back. I will give him a girlfriend, a digital bugster girlfriend.
Well, there you go.
Me.
Now you got him.
Three bugster girlfriends.
Now you got him. You got me too if you're gonna set me up with that. But
but it's got to be Poppy.
See ya. Gonna go join Emu. Oh, Poppy's gonna be there too. Fuck, I'm just gonna leave him. I'm just leaving.
You really
Done
can't
with this
escape
show.
Poppy.
I'm okay with Poppy now, everybody.
What would you say?
You can stop sending in your hateful letters.
Okay. What would you do?
Who would I pick? I would pick Knight so that I could send him to his death.
What?
Because he's the worst and I hate him.
But he's level 0. He can reprogram everyone.
He's going to be level dead.
Level 0 is apparently super strong, I think?
I guess. You can fight anybody of any level as level 0, apparently.
You're not a level, so what are you going to do?
I guess. It seems like you should still have some sort of a cap on your strength.
Nope. No cap.
You should be weaker
0.
than everyone because you have no powers. You're level 0.
Level 0 is like... It's set to 0, so the game can't handle it, so it's infinity.
So it's like the Missingno of
yeah,
levels.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
it fucks with your code.
Question 2. You work at Toei and you have to make a cash and grab type toy to raise sales. What toy would you make? For example, I'd make prototype versions of every single Gashat that exists. I think Toei's already beaten you on that, slowly but surely.
That's already happening.
I would make a wind-up toy that we give away at movie theaters and can then sell for $45 each.
I would make a Kamen Rider trading card game.
They already made
a la
that.
Yu-Gi-Oh! No, not like Ganbarizing, but like a thing where you throw down riders and have stats and shit and push the fuck out of it.
I mean, card games are still pretty popular in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, they love over there things where you open a box and get stuff, but like you don't know what exactly it's going to be.
We love that in America too. It's called Nerd Box or Nerd Crate.
Japan, they call them gacha games or gacha games because it's like a gashapon machine. So it's like they love that stuff.
Games?
Like in those. I'm trying to think of a good example.
I know what gashapon games are.
Yeah, in that there's that Kamen Rider phone game that I played a while ago where it's like, you want a new rider, give us 5 money crystals, and we'll just give you a random one. You better hope it's one you like. It's that shit. So
I would make those little shitty, like, bookstore toys that are, like, in a plastic little package, and you can't see what's inside, and it has a random, tiny, shitty figure inside of it. Riders.
Those stupid little things that you can, at comic book shops.
The thing about that is, I see them and I'm like, that's stupid. I wonder what's in that one. And I think about it for a minute. I'm like, oh man, if I just bought one, right? It's only $1 and something.
That's terrible. But I wonder if I could get Goku if I bought one.
That's it. And people fall for that constantly. So, and maybe some of them are cool. I don't know.
Maybe.
I got one, and I got like a Mario one, and it was like a bunch of cool Mario figures, or like a block, a regular block.
Oh no.
And I got a regular block. It was in 3 pieces that you put together in the side of it, and that's why I thought it was a figure or something.
Oh shit. I once found a gashapon machine at a fucking buffet restaurant, a Chinese buffet.
Really?
It's one of those old style ones where you just put in a coin and crank a thing and it gives you a pod.
That's
and
awesome.
It was a 1-piece one, and I got out of it fucking Soga King.
Dude, you fucking hit the jackpot.
I hit the jackpot. My friend got Luffy, and I was like, no, I won.
Soga King wins.
Ones. Yeah.
Dude, I always wanted to find a gashapon machine that gives you Sonic the Hedgehog little figures. So I could get one out and go, wow, cool.
Is that a reference to something?
That's a reference to Shenmue.
I never played Shenmue.
Oh, what a shame.
It's on my list.
What a shame.
I know.
I spent so much time putting my money into gashapon machines to get little figurines. so much unnecessary playtime.
That's funny. When I was at a resort once when I was a kid, there was a claw game that had like random dolls, like a duck or something.
Yeah.
But for some reason, scattered in the dolls were Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
And you were like,
I
need them.
I gotta get that shit, and I did.
You are good at crane games?
I'm pretty good at crane games.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm fucking terrible. Like, I am the mark that they're looking for with those fucking machines. I've never gotten anything
hustling
out of a machine.
Really?
Yeah. Never once.
I got good at crane games just so I could have Knuckles.
Well, that's everybody's goal, really.
To have Knuckles, yeah.
Just a Paradox finishes out his email by saying, "Bye, Jeff and Lee. I mean, guy who decided to watch Fies. Keep up the good work."
Oh, you know what? If that's your reason, I'll accept it.
And Liam, have Jeff pick shows for you.
No. I have great
Next up,
taste.
Liam's watching Two Girls, One Cup.
It's my favorite Kamen Rider show.
Whoa.
All 50 episodes.
What? 50? I feel like the shtick would get old after
yeah, I don't
none
know
of
if
them.
Enough material for 50, 20-minute episodes.
Our next email is from Dewey Defeats Truman, who asks, what would a Genmu Corporation E3 press conference be like?
Oh my god.
I guess it depends on who's in charge. If it's Dangerous Dan, then it's obviously him coming out like Todd Howard, talking about how much of a fucking game master he is. And not actually showing any gameplay from any of his games.
He would have a cinematic trailer for Kamen Rider Chronicle that conveniently leaves out that you fucking die when you lose.
Of course.
And then probably an infographic for Mighty Action G or whatever the next one would be. And then a bunch of ports.
It's true. Like, we have Pac-Man on our system now.
They'd have Dark Souls because it's Namco Bandai as well.
True. They'd have Skyrim because it's on everything.
Yeah. Have you seen what the Genmu console looks like?
The one that's just a box?
It's like a toaster, and you just stick the Gashat into the top of it. It looks like a fucking
there was
toaster.
a video game system like that. It was called the Super Nintendo, motherfucker.
No.
You
It's
stick
like
the game in the top of it.
This is just like a chrome, like a Nintoaster. It's just like a chrome box. Yeah.
Cracks me the fuck up. Yeah, it was in Go Rider.
That was where that image is from?
Yeah. Did you not watch Go Rider, sir?
No, it's got spoilers for Blade, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
I can't touch it.
Yeah.
I just saw the image of the Genmu console.
The E3 press conference would be, they would just release bugsters to infect everyone in the audience and laugh.
Make sure to get a drink from our fountain on the way out. It's got
Thanks for
Bugster
writing
cells and Amazon Cybos and shit.
Our next email is from Jordan, who says, Hey, Jeff and Liam. You're included.
Hey, just once.
With the end of Amazon Season 2 fast approaching, do you have any plans to fill the gap it leaves on the podcast by watching/suffering through a previous Rider or Sentai series? No, we don't have any plans so far. We're going to.
Not yet. Maybe we'll work something out. I'd like to watch an old Sentai show or an old writer show.
Yeah, so would I. And we can technically just pick whatever, and then you guys have to suffer through it as well.
Fuck, we could just... The way we do shit on this podcast is we usually pick stuff while we're recording.
That's true.
That's how we picked Fies and how we made multiple segments.
That's why I'm not letting you pick this one, though, because you picked fucking Fies.
Maybe between episodes this week we can get together and brainstorm a show to watch.
Yeah.
Put a list or something together.
Actually fucking think about it for 5 seconds before we say yes to something.
Oh, boy.
Our final email is from Jake the Snake, because of course it is, right?
It's gotta be.
He's the man. He's the email man. Hey guys, thanks for doing the Paradise Lost commentary, now available on riderclubradio.wordpress.com.
Hey, thanks for writing all that, Jake. It saves us the trouble.
Ronald McDonald's Fies Blaster. Man, I never thought about it like that before. So happy we got to see Gekitotsu robots used again, even if we're this deep in the series. Really glad that they explained what the intention of the reprogramming was this time, too. That's true. I'm always happy to see Gekitotsu robots. I'm just sad we didn't get to hear the jingle this time.
Yeah, that's the best part of it, but whatever, I'm happy that it's back.
To quote a strong and handsome man named Jeff, it looks like he may be right again when he called that it'd be the real Kiria coming back. He wrote all that, by the way.
I don't think so.
I will show you the email after this. Although he did put it in quotes, which is funny.
A quote-unquote strong and handsome... Allegedly, man.
Allegedly. The betrayal spin kick really set the tone for the last parts of the episode, in my opinion, and I find it refreshing that, like Hiiro, there's no brainwashing involved regarding Kiria's working with Masamune. Questions. 1. If you guys were playing a session of D&D with Shin Dan Kuroto as your DM/game master, how well do you guys think you would do, or do you think he'd make the campaign fair and winnable?
Kuroto would make the campaign just barely winnable if you do everything right and roll very high and have very optimized characters.
You have to do everything he wants you to do, too. He would railroad the fuck out of you.
Dan Kuroto would run you through Tomb of Horrors or something and laugh like a maniac when you all died.
Anytime anybody died, he would laugh like a maniac, and it would be the greatest moment of his life. And the only way to succeed is to get, like, the magical item that no one knew about. He's not going to tell you about it. It's not in any of the lore. No one ever mentions it. But you have to get this magical item in order to win.
And I made it winnable.
And if you don't, you just die at the end automatically. And there's nothing you can do about it.
There's a door in front of you. What do you want to do? Well, I'll open the door. Well, a bunch of poison darts come out on the fucking Game Master! You're dead!
What? You can't just have darts come out. How dare you argue with the Game Master?
Get the fuck out of this game. You're dead. Game Master says no.
Get out of my house.
I would play one session with Dan Kuroto. I'd try it.
I would try it out too. I feel like that would be tons of fun. Only because he's not actually killing my friends and family for the game.
That's true. This will be an outlet. Be an outlet for him.
Although he might, really. It might be one of those, if you die in the game, you die in real life situations where he just pulls out a fucking revolver and shoots you in the head if you die in the game.
Your character dies and suddenly you're just fading away. Game over.
Watashi wa Kamida! Question 2. Any guessies?
I'm leaving that shit in.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Any guesses? Just a little guessy you want to throw out there about Kamen Rider?
You guys got any guesses? Any guesses or theories? Get it? You see how I made that mistake now? Any guesses or theories on what were the muted words Kiria told Emu that caused him to punch his former friend? Thanks, and looking forward to the next episode as always, Jake the Snake.
Kiria said that Mighty Action X is shit, and the series went to shit after Mighty Action C.
Kiria leaned close into Emu's ear and said, "Poppy's not a virgin." And Emu was like, "No, my waifu!"
How dare you? That V card is mine.
he leaned in real close and said, "Skyrim for the Gashakon."
The Genmu box.
I don't know. He said, "I'm pretending. Please play along."
That's what I think it is.
I was just pretending.
I
to
hope
be an
I'm
asshole.
wrong. If I'm wrong, it'll be the happiest wronging I've ever had. But
Is Kiria pretending to turn coat on the heroes? Is Kiria a secret asshole? Find out next time.
he's both.
Yeah, that's it. That's all of it. Oh, he also says, P.S. Dan looks so proud of himself when Snipe brought up the fact that he's the one who murdered Laser.
Yeah.
And he really does.
He's like, yep. He gives that little look. He's like, yep, that was me.
That was me. Fucking killed him.
Finest hour.
What are you gonna do about it, bitch? Oh, we got one last message.
Oh, shit.
It is from Buck Remus. I'm sure that's his real name. Hey, Jeff and Liam, it's your old pal Mars Hottentot.
What?
I wanted to
From
pause
college?
for effect there.
Mars, I
Yeah.
thought you died in Marrakesh.
Mars, I thought we agreed to never speak to one another after what happened that one night. My question for you this week is a serious one, so please consider carefully.
Okay.
If you could transform into Kamen Rider Amazon Alpha and forearm slash any Kamen Rider character's eyes out, causing them to gush blood and scream like someone just forearm slash their eyes out, who would it be? And I'll take the answer off the air. Thanks, bye. You'll take the answer on the air and you'll fucking like it.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
He listed Onari, and I'm choosing Onari.
See, with me, it's a struggle. I'm not struggling which rider to choose. I'm struggling whether to choose Takeru or not. Is there anyone I hate more?
Honestly, I might hate Takeru more than Onari. So I
ruined
might
the show
choose
more.
Takeru.
I'm gonna say Delta. Delta's a fucking asshole who ruined everything. Yeah, Delta deserves it.
What is Delta's real name? Go.
Delta.
No, what is his real name?
Delta.
His real name is I Wanna Go Home Guy, and you fucking know it. That was his birth name.
I don't want anything. I just want to go home. Oh shit! I guess I'm a Kamen Rider now.
I guess I
That's
have
his whole arc.
motivation of some sort.
That's his entire character arc.
What a terrible fucking character and a terrible show.
Dreadful show.
Hopefully that answered your question, whatever the fuck your name is. Buck Remus, Mars Hottentot.
Mars
Whatever.
Hottentot, whatever. Yeah.
If you guys have any guesses that you want to share with us, then you could... That word really tickles my fucking jimmies for some reason.
It sounds like something that your grandmother or like your weird aunt would say.
Does anybody have any guesses? If you have any guesses, you can write in to riderclubradio@gmail.com. Share them with us.
Or you can tweet at us. You can send us a tweety at Rider Club Radio.
It's no caps, no spaces, no underscores, no numbers, none of that shit.
No, that's very simple for you.
Pure, unadulterated, true Rider Club Radio.
We snatched it.
We got it. I know it's a hot commodity name.
We got the URL and everything.
But we appreciate you listening to our show, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.